welcome back to another Metaphysics and Makeup. This time I already did my makeup, so we're just doing metaphysics. My name's Dottie, I am the brightest star, and over here we talk about astrology, spirituality, basically everything that Bailey Sarian doesn't talk about, we talk about over here. Today we are continuing with our astrology series. The last video, we covered the 4 elements and then the first 2 zodiac signs. Today, we're going to be covering Gemini through Libra. And then next video, we're probably going to cover the last part. And then the next one, we're going to get into meditations for everybody. Because, yes, get into it. Anyways, so when it comes to my Geminis, they're ruled not only by Mercury, but they're also ruled by their hands. This combination honestly makes them really good at things that use the hands. One of those things is divination. That the connection between the hands and the mind enables my Gemini placements to really be able to pick up on things. Little small, minute details that may have been missed otherwise. I don't have any cards in front of me, but occasionally as a reader, you'll look into your cards and you'll see something that wasn't there before. Not that it wasn't there, but you never saw before. And it just so happens to pertain to the client that you're dealing with in their situation. And Geminis have a really easy time picking up on these little smaller details. They're also really good at being able to use things like Reiki and being able to heal people through their hands. But when I say like Reiki and healing people through their hands, this doesn't necessarily have to be Reiki. You could be a chiropractor, a massage therapist, something that utilizes your hands and that energy to be able to truly harness that energy and to be able to heal with it. I also find when it comes to my Geminis, because of the fact that you guys are kind of always looking up, so to speak, head in the clouds, so to speak, with my air signs. With this, one thing that I find that really helps in Geminis is to look down. When I say look down, I'm talking about having like hobbies that help you to ground. So things like gardening, things that you can actually use your hands with. Also find that reading helps to kind of slow that Gemini mind. And with this, once you're able to kind of slow these things, ground yourself a little better, you tend to find that things are a little easier to manage when it comes to being able to move and manipulate energies. Also, when it comes to my Geminis, be careful of the words you speak and pay attention, because a lot of the times Geminis will say things and like they don't even know what they're saying because they're so tapped into Mercury, but it's either something that's about to happen or like something that you have no knowledge of. So just pay a little attention there. All right, moving on to my Cancers. Cancers have not only their connection with the moon, which is the body itself, which is your emotions themselves. This honestly makes them highly intuitive because the moon has a lot to do with your intuition. With this intuition though, for my Cancers, a lot of the times they're gonna find that this is just a gut feeling. This is something that they can just kind of feel in their body and be able to decipher the information and the energies that are around them. It is crucial for my Cancers, and I do mean crucial for my Cancers, to make sure that the people that they are around are not making them doubt themselves and their intuition. It can really cloud them. It can really make them muddy. They are, in my experience, the water sign that tends to collect the most energy. So I always suggest for them to make sure that they're cutting out toxic people who aren't going to help them to better themselves, people who aren't going to, help them in some way, shape, or form, or people who are going to doubt them or put them down. Because, you know, like, Cancers be sensitive, but like not always in like the crybaby sensitive way. Have you ever pissed off a Cancer? I'm gonna be honest, I would rather piss off a freaking fire sign, because at least they're going to be in your face with it. Cancer, on the other hand, they're going to get quiet and scary, or they're going to lash out on you. So you would rather a Cancer lash out, because if a Cancer gets quiet, run. Just plain and simple, run. But this is really also important for my Cancers, that like when situations come up, my Cancers are the ones who have to make sure that they are cleansing and clearing that energy, because that energy will not only stick with them, but if they have an experience where something went wrong with their gut feeling, it'll make them not trust it even more. Their water gets more mucky, more cloudy than the other two. I find that Scorpios are just kind of used to swimming in like that deeper energy. So it's not so bad when their water gets mucky. Their water's constantly mucky because they have to deal with the energy that comes from Pluto. And Pluto is constant death and transformation. I live on my Pluto line. Okay? My entire life has been nothing but death and transformation, at least since I have moved up here to where I live now, because I used to live on the other side of the state and it wasn't as bad. And then I moved here and my world is now 6 blocks closing in on itself. Bonus points if you know where that's from. It's definitely important that they pay attention to their dreams as well. This placement really does come with a lot of dreams. It comes with not just dreams, but I also find that they have like vision or second sight. So it's really important for them to pay attention to those little things. You know, I find I used to date this Cancer, and when he would like come over and like stay the night or whatever, I would find that my dreams were really enhanced. Like I would have like just crazy everything. And yeah, I also have like a really strong Cancer placements, so it made sense and didn't make sense at the exact same time. All right, so when I think about my Leos next, so when I think about my Leos, I always think about Scar and Mufasa, right? Both of them were leaders. We had Mufasa, who Pride Rock, it was thriving. Everything was beautiful. Everybody worked according to the circle of life. And then we have Scar, who at the end of the movie, you see that Pride Rock has basically been decimated. It is nothing like what it used to be. And everybody is basically under a tyrant, because that's what he is. Scar destroyed as opposed to helping to build. And that's what I really think about when I think about my Leos. A Leo who is truly in their power. Leo who can truly know where they are and how to lead. This is about being balanced. This is about truly evolving. My Leos are either the ones who you're like, oh my gosh, they have the biggest heart, or they're the ones who are like, they're super self-centered. I could tell you the most self-centered sign, and it's not Leo. At least in my opinion, but we're not going to talk about that. They really are my leaders. They have a huge heart. So when it comes to your heart is the most important chakra. It is the one that connects you not only to the world and like truly the collective consciousness, and then the other one that connects you to spirit and source. And that's why a lot of cultures and a lot of like religious practices talk about when you pray it coming from the heart. Okay, so with that being said, they are my master manifestors. You want to have a Leo on the team, an evolved Leo, or someone who has a lot of evolved Leo energy, because plain and simple, it does not matter if they're on your team and they are truly about that life, they are going to cheer you on. But there is something about when a Leo in particular takes the chance to cheer you on, because they are tapping into that manifesting energy that they have the ability, because they just follow their heart, you know? So they have that ability to help basically project what it is that you want forward. So in a way, Leos will really clear the energy for you on an energetic level, so that you can move forward. They're like my road openers, so to speak. In order for my Leos to truly embrace this type of energy, though, they've got to make sure that they've cleared themselves of darkness. So, and what I mean is, like, they're not allowing a bunch of toxic people in their lives. They're, you know, making sure that they're evolving and not staying stuck or stagnant in any situation, because that will hinder their growth, and not just their growth, but the people who are in their lives as well. And that's never the goal. Like, our goal is always to help everybody to be able to progress and to be the star that they are. Okay? Yes. Alrighty. So next up, we have my Virgos. My know-it-alls. But did you know that there's a reason why Virgos seem to just be kind of know-it-alls? Number one, I'm a Virgo. So we are just like, we hyper fixate on something. It does not matter what Virgo it is. Like, I grew up with a Virgo. Her hyper fixation is food and like home improvement. My hyperfixation has always been spirituality, religion, things of that nature. Like, it's just been my thing my entire life. Part of the reason why Virgos seem to be like know-it-alls is because they're really able, and kind of like my Sagittarius, to look at the pattern, to look at things, but they also have access to the Akashic records. So once a Virgo really learns how to ground themselves and truly get into themselves, one of the most important things when it comes to Virgos and being able to truly embrace this energy and be able to really be that person is they have to embrace a childlike heart. They have to embrace and start putting play into their lives. Like, it is super important for my Virgos to have some kind of play. Like, my roommate is also a Virgo. So, like, something that she does is she, like, puts little random things all over, like, all over the place. We have trolls, mushrooms, ladybugs, chickens. There's food with eyeballs in the house. Like, I promise you, there is just, like, sometimes you just walk through the house and you're like, when did that get there? And then I'm no help because she was gone, and I was like, oh, she needs glow-in-the-dark ducks. So... And for me personally, my form of play a lot of the times is I will take and I do like creative things. That's so funny. There's really a troll sitting right next to me, and these are all over the house. Like, I promise you that. And eyeballs. But I really like to get into that creative nature. So whether that's like working on something or just kind of like playing around, like I've made like these little mini garden boxes things. They're super cute. Made them out of egg crates. Took me way too long, but it was totally worth it because I felt amazing afterwards. Yeah, so it's super important for my Virgos to find just little things like that that bring you little sparks of life. Now, with this access, my Virgos are actually like natural healers. They are able to really heal you with their words and that collective knowledge that they have, because like I said, each Virgo has something that they specialize in. So finding a Virgo that specializes, and not only that, that's going to keep it real, because Virgos are not known for lying unless we're in relationships. Then we're slightly manipulative, but we're not going to talk about that. That's why I'm just single. It's super important that they just learn how to be mutable and not so rigid, not so earth. Learn how to be a little fluid like water. So, okay, so last I have my Libras. So my Libras, I know that we always equate psychic energy and like the ability to be psychic to my water signs, but Libras are a different breed. Libras actually learn how to use their gifts to be able to navigate in the world. Libras are normally the people who like channel messages, so they just are able to pick up on things. So really listen to a Libra, because there's a lot of times that they will give you a channeled message and not even know it, like legitimately not even know it. One thing that is super important for my Libras is that my Libras have got to learn how to turn it off. Because if not, then that means that almost every conversation you're having, there's always that possibility that you're going to be channeling. You cannot help the collective if your scales are unbalanced, if you're giving more out than what it is that you're able to take in. So make sure that like if you notice that there's like a lot just going on, you're finding yourself drained after a situation or after a person, take time to yourself. Balance your scales out. Find that balance. Balance is super important for my Libras. You guys are the scales. You guys are balance. You guys are karma. That's probably why y'all be channeling so many messages, bringing people karma and whatnot. Another gift that I find with my Libras is the gift of clairaudience. And this can come in many forms. I find oftentimes clairaudience kind of comes in almost as like a voice or like a thought. There we go. As like a thought. I always pay attention to like where those thoughts are coming from inside my head. Might not make any sense, but I find that like more intrusive thoughts and like thoughts that aren't of my highest good kind of come from the front of my mind when I'm channeling, or when there's like a message coming in from spirit. A lot of the times it'll come from like the back of my mind, and then it also depends on like what side it's coming from too. Super weird, but if you have like a gift of clairaudience, then start paying attention to those little things. Also, don't listen to that voice that is screaming at you, because there's always that little voice, right? She'll only be like, don't do that, you know. And it comes with a lot of fear. It comes with anxiety, and that is coming from a place of fear and anxiety. That's not what we're doing over here. So listen to that still calm voice, the one that just kind of calms your spirit, the one that like if you're not paying too much attention, you might just miss, you know. Start paying a little more attention to that spirit or that voice. Oh my goodness. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Come back and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.